Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Stand in line for your fix. DeMarcus and Marcus in the mix, serving you yet another round of fish and grits. March 2nd, 2017. We've seen 2 months fly by. We've seen the Super Bowl fly by. NBA playoffs about to be here pretty soon. Baseball gonna be kicking off shortly. Man, it seems like this whole year is just going continuously in motion without stopping.
It seems like that when you get older, you wake up, you go to work, you come home, repeat, and it seems like time just is going by super quick. So everybody needs to be enjoying their leisure time and their downtime because time ain't waiting on no man.
At all, waiting on nobody. Speaking of time, let's talk about somebody who's trying to let everybody know their time is now. Remy Ma, my man. I mean, she came for Nikki so hard, and I believe as we speak, Jay, man, she just dropped another one. I haven't heard it. Like I say, as we speak, I just got the alert popped up that she just dropped another track, and she's coming for a hard right now. I don't know if we ever seen anything like this in hip hop. Especially from the female perspective. You know, we've had artists like, Lady of Rage, you had your Lauryn Hills, even your Erykah Badu's, your Missy Elliott's, your Queen Latifah's, but I've never seen 6 minutes of fire like I seen out of Remy Ma. From every lyric, you can tell she wanted this. Like, she been waiting on this. And it's like, for how long could she take like all the back talk and all the side dish that Nicki was throwing on her tracks, and especially one that she just dropped with Gucci Mane right before she dropped the Sheether. Like, Nicki was asking for this. But for her to not even respond, it's like, man, are you just claiming defeat? Are you just going to try to move on like she didn't make a record? Like, she put out some shit on you.
Yeah, man. I heard it I got to the house. I think it was Sunday night. I got to the house and I click on the phone and I got on Hip Hop DX and I saw that Remy Ma had dropped a diss track, and I didn't even know they had any beef, honestly, because I thought everything was cool between those two. And then I heard the Nicki Minaj track when she was on Gucci, and she took a subliminal shots, but it was nothing that was, I guess, nothing warrant to a response that she ended up getting. But man, Remy went hard on him. And the thing about it is, so Remy Ma always had bars, and she's married to Papoose now, so Papoose really be spitting that fire. So
I seen the one he's going to alphabets backwards.
The one that just got released where he was spitting on that one, and it just makes you think that if you dating somebody like that who has, the lyrical capability to do something like that, your game is gonna get stepped up a little bit. And you could tell, by the diss track she just dropped that Remy Ma has really been stepping her game up. Now, me personally, I've never been a fan of Remy Ma because I never really jammed her like that. No disrespect to her, but after hearing that, I was like, man, she really was coming with it. And she needs to get away from that whole movement that her and Fat Joe doing, because it's kind of salting your name down. And it's not, you're starting to be known for club records when you have the lyrical capability to be so much more. Mm-hmm. And I said, and after she came from Nicki Minaj, it reminded me of when he came for Meek Mill and the whole Drake fiasco and things of that nature. And this is good for rap. This is good for the industry, because there's a lot of people that need to be called out, and it's a whole bunch of, I want to say, mediocrity that's been going on in the rap game. And it's time for somebody to shake it up and call out these people who have no talent, that have no lyrical capability to call yourself a rapper. Like, all these people are making these one-hit wonders, or these blah 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 records that don't say a whole bunch of nothing, and it's time for somebody to call them out and say what they need to say.
Yeah, it should have happened a long time ago. Not even just for Nicki's case, but I mean, come on, man. Like, she's a brand. I mean, let's not get it mistaken. Remy Ma is a rapper, but they've been building this brand for so long. Remember, like, her first photos was her like squatting down with a huge ass lollipop.
She was like slutty.
Yeah,
she was bopping off of Kim on that photo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like they've been trying to create this image for the last, I want to say, almost 10 years. She's been around for a long time. Mm-hmm. Nicki Minaj has been around for a very long time, and I understand that it's an image that she want to maintain. But when someone comes at you like this, like Remy Ma is doing, you just say something. Like, I know she's probably think she's doing her own thing, but I'm not even gonna address it. She's beneath me. But you can't do that, because Remy Ma is someone who's been to jail, and I'm sure at her jail, she wanted the respect from all the women that was there. So now she's out in the real world and she's looking for the same thing because she's already a survivor at heart because she made it out of there. You know what I'm saying? Came through, started doing her records again. She was back on and popping. But she's a survivor. So Nicki got to be prepared for this survivor because we don't know what she'll do.
Man, let's be honest about it. It reminded me when she dropped that record and she said everything she said on there. If you think about it, there's nothing Nicki Minaj can say or retort to because everything's been said. It reminded me of 8 Mile when Eminem was spitting against Papa Doc, and he was laying it all out there, and it was like, dang, what are you gonna say? Are you gonna flip whatever he said? Nicki Minaj, what's she gonna do? Come out and say, oh yeah, I got more money than you? Well, we already know that. Or what you gonna say? Oh, you're probably getting fucked in jail. Nobody cares to hear that. There's nothing you can really say about Remy Ma. Oh yeah, maybe you too old to be having your titties out or something like that. But she can't say nothing that's gonna really, I guess, poke holes in Remy Ma's demeanor because Nicki Minaj she's been walking around like she's so perfect, but she's had so many flaws, and it was time for somebody to call her out about that and call her out about her rapping style and you know how it switches from time to time. You tell the ghostwriters there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like she hasn't really been a rapper for a long ass time. I consider her more of a pop star. I feel like she's up there with like, I'm not saying she's Lady Gaga, but she's Lady Gaga like as far as she's a pop star. Yeah, she's a pop star. That's what she wants to be. You know, she don't want to attract the rap crowd because the rap crowd not gonna buy her albums. If she can attract these white people to get to buy albums and have Fergie on a song or something, of course she gonna do that shit. She don't give a damn. It's all about what's gonna sell records for all those people that got money in her pocket.
Let's be honest. So if everybody wants to all of a sudden, you know, Remy Ma has the green light right now. She's in the headlines. She was in the spotlight, you know, with the All the Way Up song and her being nominated for a Grammy. So she's had the attention. So that's why this record she released on Nicki Minaj, why is it getting so many eyes and a lot of attention? But if you think about it, let's go back a year and let's think about what happened to Drake. Joe Budden came for Drake, and Joe Budden, nobody really knows who Joe Budden is. Everybody thinks Joe Budden is just a pump it up dude, and you know he ain't really got no bars. He came. So if you think Remy Ma came hard for Nicki Minaj, Joe Budden came hard on Drake, and nobody said nothing. Crickets. Because he didn't have the buzz. I think if Joe Budden had enough buzz, I think that he would have got more recognition in what's going on between this whole Nicki Minaj and Remy Ma fiasco. Because Joe Budden was dismantling Drake. If you don't believe me, go listen to What Am I Afraid Of? Where basically he takes the chorus of Drake's I guess a catchy tune on one of Drake's record and flip it to his chorus, and this does nothing but dismantle Drake, calling him a fake and calling him out on his stuff. And I was just like, yo, I wish that got flamed because I'm tired of these. Drake made it okay to be, I guess, catchy and not have to throw too many words together and just say a couple of catchy phrases and a nice beat, and then you know you all of a sudden got you a hit. He made it okay. So a lot of these rappers are mimicking his style and what he's doing, and their approach to coming out and making songs and creating albums, and it's not cool. And J. Cole said it on his diss record. If you want to be honest, J. Cole released that one song that was basically him taking shots at all these young new artists, and nobody talks about it. Like these people that with no talent who have people writing for them, and you know behind closed doors, it's not really your style, it's just the image that everybody sees, but it's not your words being spit out your mouth. They need to be put in a place, and they need to know that you know this being a rapper takes a lot of talent and a lot of work and a lot of work ethic. And these people that's becoming these so-called rappers are just making a blasphemy of what it is to what it takes to be a rapper when you got your biggies. Like we live in a time where Uzi Vert and Kodak Black are considered real rappers in the same title as when back in the days we used to call real rappers like Biggie, Tupac, all those artists, and they're in the same lane as them, like in that same genre, and that's not cool to me.
No, it's not at all, you know, and a lot of rappers are not authentic anymore. Maybe that's the reason why I kind of fell for the hype behind this Shether so much, because it felt authentic. It felt like rap. And I haven't had that feeling in a long time. Like I understand J. Cole, but J. Cole, he rap about, you know what I'm saying, some more real life shit. I just haven't heard just pure rap in a long time, like 6 minutes of just bars. It's been a long time since I heard something like that, especially from a female. That's the biggest thing about it. We've seen the game, you know what I'm saying, had his issues with 50 Cent or whatever, but a female to come out this hard trying to get her name up, she just want that respect. And I got nothing wrong with an artist just simply wanted to have her respect. Because Nicki Minaj clearly wasn't respecting her. Like, I understand she don't make the same amount of money as you, but you don't have to say that on every track. And that's what she was doing. And that's what clearly just took over the top when she's like, you know what? I'm about to take everything I know and try to destroy this woman. And I got no issue with this at all. This is an artist creating art. And that's what we want to see, right? We want to see art. So we can't get upset. Maybe she went too far talking about her brother or whatever, but it's still art. She didn't jump at her. She didn't shoot her. She expressed herself through her music. And that's what we want every artist to do. So we can't sit there and get upset. Well, I see there's a lot of people upset with her saying she went too far. But sometimes we see artists don't even try on records and they may sell 1 million copies. So now we're going to throw rocks at her for trying too hard? Nah, man. I got no problem with this beef.
I like how you said that. You know, let's give her a pass because she can sell her album can go platinum or something like this. So basically, let's be honest. If you're an artist and you sit up here night and day grinding,
looking for
staying, booking the shows that you can, coming up with clever rhymes, trying to stand out amongst the crowd, and you turn on your radio and all you hear is this mediocre freestyling that's going on the radio, you're gonna feel some type of way. And then you're gonna feel some type of way that they get money and they have no talent compared to what you are grinding at. Same with Remy Ma. Like Remy Ma been at it for years, and when Nicki Minaj is taking these subliminal shots at her, you have to remind people like, yo, just because you popular right now don't mean that you can't be shot at. Like you don't think you untouchable, because at the end of the day, we all have flaws, and if you talk too much, somebody gonna expose those flaws. And that, your money might be long, but when people start to open their eyes and listen a little bit closer and see that you really ain't got no talent, you can't really sing, you don't write your own raps. Like you look pretty and all, but
image.
A lot of the body parts,
take away that image, they breaking down.
All the body parts that you got ain't too real.
I hope she got a warranty on that ass. I know that.
Oh man, did you see that one picture that she took with I think it was Trey Songz. I think on video, Trey Songz video or some, I don't know who video it was, but it looked like her behind was kind of sagging something, like she said had ass pop. And I was like, oh dang.
Like, damn, it's looking bad. Not a proof out there. Oh man, come on, Nicki. Nicki, get it together, but Remy Ma coming for you. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But it's somebody that's coming for the Warriors. I'm talking about those Spurs, man. It looked like the Spurs only about 2 or 3 games out. Then this Durant injury could play a major factor going down the stretch. I'm not sure if he's going to come back for the season. I know he's going to be there for the playoffs, but I hope he at least return for the regular season to get his legs up on them. You don't just want to return from the MCL sprain and just try to hop out there and play off basketball where people ain't got nothing to lose. But man, can you see the Spurs taking over the number 1 seed, or do you think Golden State will still coast over to the top and be the number 1 seed in the West?
I don't know, man. Just looking at the game that we're watching right now with the Bulls, if the Warriors continue playing the style of basketball that they have been playing, where they were kind of relying solely, if you want to be honest, Klay hasn't been playing that good this year. Steph Curry hasn't been playing good this year. Draymond been playing the same old Draymond. But a lot of people are relying on KD. Like KD came in and you could tell that he's the star. He's the one that's playing. He's playing as the best player on the team. Let's be honest, and let's keep it real. KD is shining on his team. He's looking like he came in and he took over the start. I mean, the de facto number 1. And when they lost him, everybody was kind of shook up because you've been playing so many games where it's just like, okay, let's give KD, he's the star. And now your star is not there. You going back to reboot mode, per se, because you're not used to not playing without Kevin Durant. So you kind of reset a little bit. So I think a lot of teams are going to catch the Warriors off guard, because if you've been watching the NBA, I'm pretty sure we know that the Warriors and the Cavs gonna make it to the finals. Let's just go ahead and just make that guess.
This
There's a lot of teams. What'd you say?
So this Cavs roster, we'll get into that, but that roster is ridiculous.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. But the thing that I want to point out is a lot of these teams out here are hungry. And you see that a lot of these teams are building for the future. And they see that LeBron's getting older, that he's not always going to be as dependable, that you can beat the Cavs when they don't have LeBron. So they're going to try to take advantage of that. And the same with the Warriors. The other teams are starting to realize, like the Rockets or the Clippers, the Spurs, that the Warriors don't have that bench depth. And if you do take, like, just say one of the stars were to get hurt, just like how, NBA injuries do, they do come around, that you can catch them slipping on any given day and you can take advantage of that. So I think the Spurs could catch the Warriors by the way they've been playing, especially why they played last night against the Pacers, which I was really impressed by Kawhi Leonard, who is in the MVP running, in my opinion. And I think they can surpass the Warriors. Now, what does that mean? I don't think that means anything going to the playoffs, because the teams that the Warriors need to really keep their eye out on are the Warriors don't want to face the Rockets. The Warriors don't want to face a healthy Clippers team. They don't want to face OKC. And they don't want to face the Denver Nuggets. And I'm going to be honest, everybody sneezes on the Denver Nuggets, but the Denver Nuggets are clicking at the right time, and everybody is playing. Wilson Chandler is healthy finally. Gallinari is healthy. Moutier is balling right now. My boy Jokic, man, we gave him a shout out all the time. He's playing MVP type of basketball on this second half of the season, and those are the teams the Warriors have to worry about. They don't have to worry about the slow method. I think they worry about the Spurs. I don't think the Spurs can beat the Warriors or the Jazz or let's say Memphis, because I think they can play through that slow, methodical. I think it's those fast-paced teams. They shock the Warriors sometimes, but that's why I feel like we have to watch out for. And a lot of these teams are hungry, and they're gonna come for them. They smell blood in the water.
They definitely are, but the main reason I was asking that was because of the Rockets. Because if they were to get out the first round, they would be meeting either the Warriors or the Spurs. Which team do you think they'd have the best chance of beating in the second round of the playoffs? Not the Western Conference Finals, because we know Western Conference Finals a little bit different. The other team may be a little bit winded from the battle, but a team, if they was just to coast through the 8th seed and then meet up with coast through the 7th seed, meet up with the Rockets in the next round, which team do you think they'd have the best chance of beating? Because they're going to be a little bit fresher than the Western Conference Finals.
I'm gonna go ahead and say the Spurs, and the reason why I say the Spurs is, I say the Rockets can't compete with the Warriors earlier, but the Warriors going to be fresh and going into the second round, because I'm pretty sure the eighth seed is going to challenge the Warriors, but they're not going. I'm not going to say they're going to upset. They may get a game, but the Warriors still going to beat it in 5 or something like that. So they're still going to be fresh coming into this the second round. So I don't think the Rockets want to see the Warriors in. I think we need to play the Warriors when they're a little bit tired. That Western Conference Finals, I think we can catch them slipping a little bit. But I say we can beat the Spurs, because Popovich said it. The Rockets are too fast for the type of basketball that the Spurs play, because the Spurs like to slow the game clock down. They like to take their time. They like to let plays develop, where the Rockets are more sporadic. They're kind of fast paced all the time. It's kind of like the Rockets play how Westbrook plays. And what I mean is just fast paced, sporadic, always on the go, just always got a battery that's always moving. And I don't think that the Spurs can handle that. I don't think Gasol or Kawhi Leonard's going to get tired, holding Harden or whoever he's going to hold. Mm-hmm. I don't think the Spurs can defend the 3 as well. And I think the Rockets they would have better success with playing the Spurs in the second round instead of the Warriors.
And of course, we need James Harden to be consistent in the playoffs. But if I'm about to throw 3 players out there for you. We got Lou Williams, Eric Gordon, Ryan Anderson. 2 out of those 3, which 2 is going to be the most important out of those 3 players?
I'm gonna say, man, let's think about this. I say Lou. And he's going to be the person I want to say that's going to be one of the most important, because he brings energy off the bench, and he will fill in that Corey Brewer role. And I don't think he's as, I don't know. People want to say he doesn't play a lot of defense, but I've seen in the past 4 games, I feel like his defense
Creating
is good
steals.
enough.
He's creating steals.
What'd you say?
He's creating a lot of turnovers and steals with his defense.
That's what I'm saying. He's good. It's going to come down to, I'm not going to say Eric Gordon. I'm going to say Ryan Anderson. You see, when Ryan Anderson is playing, I want to say efficiently and not, you know, taking those good wide open shots, you know, backing down to the lane, drawing that double team, kicking it out. He can create a lot of, I guess, a little spacing on the floor. And Eric Gordon, like, yeah, we rely on him scoring on the bench, but now we have Lou Williams who can do a little bit more than what Eric Gordon can. So I say Eric Gordon and Ryan Anderson.
You know, and it's a reason why I put those 3 names together, because honestly, at this point in the year, I kind of feel like Eric Gordon and Lou Williams, you just need one of those players to go out.
Mm-hmm.
So you can kind of alternate. But I was telling my pops that Ryan Anderson, his success is key to our success.
Mm-hmm.
For us to beat a team like the Spurs, he has to outscore Aldridge. For us to beat the team like Golden State, he has to make Draymond Green stay out the paint.
Mm-hmm.
So everything is going to be vital around how he plays. Those threes are going to be demoralizing. Like whenever he hits his 20 points, I feel like we got a good chance to win. It's a few things that the Rockets do that I know for sure are going to be dubs. Whenever Pat Bev can get going, just one quarter, if Pat Bev can get like 1 or 2 threes to go, that's going to be a good day. If Ariza get those corners going, that's going to be a good day. If Ryan Anderson start hitting those disrespectful threes, that's going to be a good day for the Rockets. But in order to win a playoff series, you need all that to happen. But none of that happens without Ryan Anderson, because you can put him at 5, you can stretch him out. He's playing a lot more defense than I expected. I don't know about you, but it seems like he's actually trying on that side of the ball, especially for somebody that's getting paid $19 million. You really don't see that a lot out of people that are getting paid like that.
He was on Blake last night, man. He was getting Blake that work, and like you said, he's gonna have to draw Draymond out of the paint, you know, so he don't get those easy rebounds that he gets that can push the tempo. And then again, I say Lou Williams, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because with Eric Gordon, he gets streaky sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he may hit a couple of threes, but he missed like 7 in a row. And you like, dang, you really hurting us. But Lou Williams
at any moment.
Yeah, Lou Williams doesn't have that inefficiency. He kind of is like, yeah, last night he didn't have the greatest of shooting game, but he usually has, you know, where he averages like above 45% a game or something like that. And that's what we're gonna need. And he brings that fast-paced tempo that I wanted Corey Brewer to bring to us, which Corey Brewer did when he first came. But that it fell off. Them threes didn't fall off. And I think Lou Williams
got paid. Just that's how I feel about it. Brew got paid.
You think so?
I think because he's a veteran, okay? And I tell a lot of people, like, Brew don't got to work for anything. And the only reason I say that, 2 college championships, championship with Dallas Mavericks. But as an NBA player, he's accomplished.
But yeah, but he plays. You would think he would give up on defense, not offense, because defense is where he was really excelling. Like he didn't fall off on the defensive end on the floor. It was the offensive end of the floor where he fell off. And if you are, I want to say a quote unquote, consider a lazy player or just, you know, mailing it in, you seem like you would mail it in more on defense than you would on offense. So I think he kind of lost that shot. I think he kind of lost a step in his game, or, you know.
It really was.
He wasn't getting to the lane because he was missing like open layups for a while. It was just like, yo, when he got the ball, when Brewer reminded me of Jeremy Lin, and I'm gonna tell you this, and people's like, Jeremy Lin and Brewer, how can you make that comparison? If you watch the Rockets enough, when Jeremy Lin got the ball, you were always nervous. When he got the ball, you don't know if he's gonna lose the ball. He can miss a wide open layup, or he can miss a wide open 3. Same with Brewer. You didn't know if he was going to turn the ball over. You didn't know if he was going to miss a wide open layup. You didn't know if he was going to hit a 3. But then again, when he, you know, makes it, you're like, okay, well, there you go. You know, he's back in. And same with Jeremy Lin. And that's the only comparison I can make between those two. But
no, I can definitely agree with that, because Brew's that extra, you know, like those extra 2 threes that you may get in the game, those extra 10 points off the bench. But then when you start bringing that and you playing 15 minutes and you got 4 points, no steals, no rebounds, it's like, all right, why are you here?
Exactly. Why are we paying you?
Yeah, why are we playing you? And it took them a while to get to that stage to where, like, he got to go. But I knew once he got that money, like as a veteran, You pay him, of course his play is going to knock off some point in his career. But Brew offense was never really there for me. He was never consistent with the three. Like you said, his transition layup started to leave. The reason why we got him was because of those transition layups, or how he put 50 on us. And he just became pointless. I was a little upset that we swapped 30-year-olds, because I feel like the first round pick should have more value than what it has. And anytime that you're going to trade a first round pick, I feel like you need to get a young and upcoming center or some type of superstar. I mean, we swapped 30-year-olds, and that's
okay. Go
ahead. What's up?
See, that's what I was thinking. The same thing too. But if you want to be honest, Lou Will reminds me of a what's his name? Jamal Crawford, where he's an older player, but he still brings you a young person's game where he can.
He's only 30. He's only 30. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. He can give. I think he can play. I think Lou Williams can give you consistent 6-man type numbers for another 4 to 5 years, if not as long as because Jamal Crawford is 36, 37, and he's still putting up 15-point seasons and stuff like that, and bringing the energy off the bench. And I think Lou Williams could be that to the Rockets. And the thing about the Rockets, and I'm be honest with you, I'm gonna be really honest with you, because I know we were talking about the Spurs, can they beat the Warriors? But let's talk about the Rockets for a few seconds, because we homies, we hometown people right now. If the Rockets lose this year and they don't win a playoff game, make it to the West Conference Finals, something like this, don't look at this season as a loss. Look at this season as a growing point.
Yeah.
And going forward, there's only one spot on the Rockets team that they have to address, and that's the center position. If they were to get one of these athletic, more like me and you said, my boy Jokic, killing it, we need a multi-talented big man that can run the floor, that can defend the ball, and that can pass the ball. We get that, we're good to go. If we got us like a DeAndre Jordan type of player, a Miles Turner type of center, a Jokic type of center, maybe even a Plumlee. I'll even take a Plumlee type of center. If we got that type of that would give the Rockets the edge that they need, because you'll have a center that can protect the paint, where a lot of the Rockets players fall off is we'll run out to the 3-point line, and a lot of the players will pump fake, and we overcommit to defense, and they run back to the lane on us and get that easy layups. But if you got a big man right there, he stops all that from going. So that addresses one issue. And then the other issue is on the offensive side. You have a dude who can constantly control the pick and roll and open up lanes, and then you can distribute the ball. So if you got Harden passing to the big man and you want to shoot more threes, the big man Harden pass to the big man. Oh, I don't want this layup. I'm gonna dish it. I got 2 people coming my way. I'm gonna dish it out to Ryan Anderson or Eric Gordon. That just opens up the Rockets offense, and that's what the Rockets need. They get that big man. I'm telling you, nobody can stop the Rockets after we get a good big man.
Oh, yeah, I truly believe. The big man I always wanted out here is a while back, Mehmet Okur. Like, I always felt like you just need that big, broly big man in there that may hit a couple threes, demoralize you, play a little defense. He don't got to be too good. I mean, he don't got to be too great. Just got to be consistent. That Mehmet Okur, that's all you really need. That's all you really need. You get one of those, you'll be taking off in no time.
Like, picture if the Rockets had Rudy Gobert. Like, how amazing would the Rockets be going into the playoffs?
True. That's true.
Like
man. They really need some interior help. I was upset we didn't get Noel, but I understand why they didn't do it.
Yeah, I understand too.
I understand why, but that was a hell of a deal. Like, if you spend a first round pick, that's what you're supposed to bring back.
Mm-hmm.
I would have gave a Brew in a second round pick for Lewis, because Lewis wasn't doing shit with just scoring. They wasn't winning. I just don't feel like we should have wasted a first round pick on it. Like I say, it was a good trade, but I kind of feel like the Lakers won it, because we don't even know if he's gonna resign with us after next year.
Well, from his interview and how I guess how him and Harden be starting to be buddy a little bit. I've been reading. He might. It's Lou Williams, man. I feel like you can talk him into resigning. Like, you can say, hey, man, look what we got around us, man. None of these people are going anywhere.
This is the best team he's been on.
That's what I'm saying. None of these people are going anywhere. James Harden is not leaving. Ariza may be going in the off season, but that's about it.
That's true. That'll hurt to see Ariza go, but I'd understand if he had to leave.
If they got rid of Ariza, Wilson Chandler. Wilson Chandler could be the Ariza that we need. The person to replace Ariza.
No doubt. Hey man, I know you read that James Harden article. How'd you feel about that? How'd you just intake everything they was talking about from the LA life he was living last year to kind of shutting out his teammates, the beef between him and Dwight? It was a lot of interesting things there. It was a very good read, and you kind of seen him mature as a person, you know. And the one thing I took from it, they was talking about him going back and work out in Phoenix, you know, that little kid that was working out on his own. And it's like, okay, when he first came into the league, he wasn't in the best of shape, but James was fucking around his first year with the Rockets and putting up like 26, 7, and 7. Now he's in the best shape of his life. You know, easily you can say that. I've never seen James Harden in better shape as a Houston Rocket. I don't know about OKC, but to me, it feels like he's that little kid that's hungry to play basketball, but he's a grown man now. That's a scary combination because now you got a guy that's in the best shape of his life, but now he's falling back in love with basketball.
Man, okay, so I read the article and I was like, well, the thing that I'm so impressed about James Harden, I watched the All-Star, weekend interviews where they were talking to different stars, and James Harden was on there, and he had a few different interviews. He's matured so much, but the thing that I like about James Harden is he's humble to a certain extent. He doesn't live past the moment. He doesn't live in the future. He doesn't live in the past. He lives in the right now, and he's always seemed to be, I guess, working towards something. And he's really going to have a future outside of basketball, whether it's going to be in something he can, I guess, represent players, or I can see him on being an analyst because he's really soft-spoken dude and he knows his basketball and he knows his sports other than basketball. And he's kind of a likable person. And he's matured to the point, because I remember we used to have this conversation: is James Harden going to be a leader? Is he a leader? Yeah, he sucks on defense and da da da. James Harden saw and heard all that noise, and we sat by and we thought he wasn't going to address it, but he addressed it, and he's showing us right now that he can lead a team in the face of adversity, and he can still have fun with it. And James Harden's just having fun. He reminds me of Clyde Drexler, just an old school type of feeling. Like, Clyde Drexler, even when he was James Harden age, with the Blazers, he was still like a old soul, but a smooth soul. And he always had a different game that was different. See, Clyde Drexler had a game that was different from Jordan, and he wasn't like the star person that stood out in front of everybody, but he had a game that could stand out. You know what I'm talking about? James Harden has that. Yeah, he's getting popular this year, but James Harden's always been this standout type of person, and I'm just liking that he's finally getting some recognition, and he's finally getting some the limelight that's well deserved, that's past due. Let's be honest. And I like what he brings to the game, and I like what he's doing going forward, and I think that he's going to stay with Houston in the long haul, because I think he loves the city, and I think the city loves him.
Oh, no doubt, man. And you like to see upper management treat their stars right. Mm-hmm. They gave James a raise for no reason. You want those type of things. You want them to cater to their superstar player. But at the same time, man, last year you can tell that James wasn't himself. The entire Rockets team, it was pathetic to watch sometimes. The Kardashian curse, just like you said, man. But nobody wanted to be here last year. And like, I used to tune into games. I hated they made the playoffs. I'd never been more upset for one of my hometown teams to make the playoffs than I was last year, because I knew they couldn't do anything. Mm-hmm. And I knew that James Harden did not want to play any more basketball with Dwight Howard. You could tell they didn't talk to each other. Like, you really could. You can tell that there was a legit beef there, and everybody else seems to suffer. Like Ariza wasn't the same player. Pat Bev wasn't the same hungry player. And poor JB Bickerstaff. I never felt so bad for him.
Yeah, I felt bad for him, man.
Man, because that was how many times do you get the opportunity to become a head coach in the NBA?
He made the best out of the opportunity that was given to him, because
he made the playoffs. You know?
They could have folded. They could have folded. The Rockets easily could have folded and not made the playoffs because I think it was around that time they were just about to get rid of Mikal. I said, something's off about the Rockets. And when Bickerstaff came in, I knew we were going to tank this year. I knew it was going to be a wrap, but he kept us, I guess, everybody motivated to deal with each other and to make it work in the long haul. So, I got to give him props. He's up there doing his thing in Memphis, but James Harden, it's a whole new team. It's a whole different other energy going on with the Rockets.
He's a whole different player. He's an entirely different player, and I love it.
He is. This is not the James Harden that was with Jeremy Lin. This is not the James Harden that was hyping up Dwight Howard to come. It's not the James Harden that was, going MIA in the playoffs. This is not that James Harden, man. There's something about him. It's him and Westbrook this year, man. It's like, let's be honest. Let's truly be honest. Let's keep it real right now. Kevin Durant, James Harden, Westbrook needed to separate so they could take their game to the next level. Kevin Durant is in all-time highs right now for his game, as in points, field goal percentage, blocks, what was it, fast pace or something like that.
His efficiency.
Westbrook. Look at Westbrook. He's averaging a triple-double. He needed Kevin Durant to lead. James Harden needed to lead that situation. Look how James Harden's game has flourished every year since he left the Thunder. He's only gotten better. Every year he's gotten better. Not too many stars can say that. Usually a star has a superstar type of level. Year. And they kind of coast on that same, little 20 set, like, Paul Pierce averaged what was it, like 24, 25 points, and he kind of coast around that 24 and that 23, and they kind of coast around the same number. James Harden stepping it up year after year after year, increasing his total, increasing his numbers. And you have to, I like it. I like the separation. They didn't need to. I feel like everything happens for a reason. I remember as many times that, listen to First Take, they go back, oh yeah, OKC, they could have beat the Thunder, They needed all those players needed to lose so they can realize that, what, I need to go and be my own person. You know what I'm talking about? I'm in this box.
James Harden would have been the sixth man right now.
He would have been. Honestly, he would have had it probably this year, last year, the year before if he stayed with the Thunder, but he needed to grow. And I'm loving it, man. And James Harden is on a whole nother level. Westbrook, I still don't like Westbrook. He's having a phenomenal year. And you got to give Kevin Durant, even though he's hurt, Kevin Durant was balling this year. He was the star of that's something impressive when you come in and you become the star and you take over.
Hey, that just shows that he's one of the top players in the NBA, and that's all he went and did. And just like I said, nothing changed in this game. He's still the same efficient player he was at OKC with Golden State, and he's their best player with Golden State. And they're gonna miss him. They definitely gonna miss him, but hopefully that he can come back, get back into the system, get back into the flow of it, and maybe they can continue their run. Or they're gonna have a lot of trouble in the NBA playoffs with teams that's gonna be going into the playoffs hot.
Yeah, I agree, man. I hope Kevin Durant comes back healthy. I hope he comes back and he just, I just hope he comes back healthy. I hope they go to the finals, and I hope he does win a ring. But the thing about it is, doesn't Kevin Durant have like an option in his contract where he can opt out this year?
I don't know if it's after this year or after 2 years, but he does have an opt out.
If Kevin Durant was with the Celtics, man, boy, would that be some good basketball going on right now.
It would, man. But the Celtics dangerous as is, man. Do you think they got a chance to beat the Cavs in the playoff series?
Say it again.
Do you think the Celtics got a chance to beat the Cavs in the playoff series?
No. I honestly, like the Celtics play. The Celtics play good basketball. Brad Stevens, good coach. They're one piece away, maybe two. They probably need to back a legit center.
Because it took a lot for them to beat the Cavs.
Yeah, and they need a small four. But then again, them refs fucking helped them Cavs out. Let's keep it honest. Them refs was calling some bullshit calls on that game. But you can't always blame the refs.
Hey, Celtics hit every shot you had to hit in that game.
Yeah, that's true. But hey, DeMarcus, let's run this over.
What you got, Chief?